Shalom. This is the brother Ataza Wamya from GMS South Carolina camp. I want to first and foremost give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, taught me this truth. And Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the truth and sincerity. Alright? This lesson I'm going in about the importance of letting your light shine. Okay? And through the precepts expounding on the parable that the Lord gave about when he said to his disciples that ye are the light of the world. Okay, what does it mean and all that? All right, so let's get into it. All right, because a lot of them so-called churches, people that's in the world that go to them demonic ass churches, they try to use scriptures like this, when they be so-called preaching the gospel, which they're not preaching the gospel. They're preaching really paganism, okay, and furthering the worship of other gods, mainly Baal, Tammuz, and Ceramyces, or Ashtaroth, which Ashtaroth is the worship of the Queen of Heaven. All right, and with the church, it comes in the form of the worship of Easter, Mother's Day, Christmas, Valentine's. What is that? Shit, I forgot. With the attached to the virgin birth. All right, the worship of what they call Mother Mary. All right, or Princess Guadalupe. Then you have Tammuz, alright, in the form of those so-called crosses you wear around your neck, or them the crosses that people get tattooed on their bodies, but you ain't supposed to have tattoos anyway. Alright, that's going off. But people get crosses tattooed on them and stuff. Alright, talking about I want to exercise my faith. Alright, well really that's the worship of Tammuz. Alright, which was where all that madness came from, with that virgin birth doctrine, all that shit, and which that's pagan. And then Nimrod, which is in the form of Baal, which is his sun worship, alright, and the worship of where you get Christmas, alright, from, and other holidays that's associated with worship of Baal, which is really the worship of Nimrod. Okay, and that's what these people worship in those churches and people outside the churches. Okay, really that's what they all worship in all forms of freedom of religion. Right, what they call the Trinity, which is really the worship of, when it stem all the way back to the worship of Nimrod, Ceramyces, and Tammuz. Okay, but it's called different names and different gods and all different religions, but it's really all the same worship. Alright, but under Christianity, they try to use scriptures like this talking about ye are the light of the world, which they don't understand what that means. So, through the Spirit, I'm gonna go through and pull out the precepts to give some understanding of what who we call Jesus Christ was saying to his disciples. Let's get that straight. His disciples were Israelites. Right? Matthew chapter 5 verse 1, it says, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, okay, so he wasn't speaking to everybody, he was speaking to Israelites. Okay, because the disciples were Israelites, right? Not heathens. Okay, so let's jump to the point. Matthew 5:14. It says, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Alright, so let's look up that word light in the Greek. Matthew chapter 5, verse 14.
Strong's G 5457. Phos. Phos.
Alright, that's the word for light in that scripture. Okay. The definition is light, the light, emit by a lamp, a heavenly light such as surrounding angels when they appear on earth, anything emitting light, a star, fire, because it is light and sheds light, a lamp or torch, light, i.e. brightness of a lamp. Metaphor: God is light because light has the extremely delicate, subtle, pure, brilliant quality of truth and its knowledge, together with the spiritual purity associated with it, that which is exposed to the view of all, openly, public, reason, mind, the power of understanding, especially moral and spiritual truth. Alright? So it's in a metaphoric sense. When he says, ye are the light of the world, it's talking about of truth and its knowledge. Alright? Together with the spiritual purity associated with it. Alright? Reasoning mind, the power of understanding, especially moral and spiritual truth. That's what it's talking about when it says ye are the light of the world. Okay? And that world right there is not Orkamani, which means the whole entire world. It's talking about everybody, but it's cosmos. Okay? And that's referring to Israel. Okay? Get that real quick. Cosmos. Okay.
Strong's G 2889. Cosmos. Cosmos.
Alright, which is an apt or harmonious arrangement or constellation, order, or government. Okay. And that's what it means. Okay. Talking about the order or the government of Israel. Alright. And that's the same word that's referred there in John 3:16. Okay. That's the cosmos or the world. Let me go to John 20 real quick. Alright. To show you what world the Lord was speaking to. Okay. John chapter 18 verse 20. Let me go up some. Verse 19. Alright. John 18:19. The high priest then asked Yahushua, we really call Jesus' name in the Hebrew is Yahushua. Alright. And he was speaking, alright, to the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright. The high priest then asked Yahushua of his disciples and of his doctrine. Yahushua answered him, I spake openly to the world. Okay. I even taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resorted, and in secret have I said nothing. Why askest thou me? Ask them which heard me what I have said unto them. Behold, they know what I said. Okay. So who did the Lord say he spoke openly to the world? Alright, now back then they didn't have no internet, so it wasn't no everybody. Okay. He went to Israel, so he spoke openly wherever the Jews resorted, which was in the synagogues on the Sabbath and in the temple whenever they had festival days. Okay. And he would go to Jerusalem. He taught in the temple. And who was he teaching? He was teaching Jews, which Jews is a byword which was referring to the southern kingdom known as Judah, which consisted of Judah, so-called Negroes, Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, and Levi, the so-called Haitians, which were in the land of Israel, whom the Lord went to teach when he was on the scene. So it ain't talking about everybody, okay? So that cuts that madness right there, okay? So it says, ye are the light of the world, all right? And we prove what the light is. The light is talking about the truth and the knowledge, okay? So those who had the light, which is the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures, all right, was the light of the world, which that be what? The elect, the prophets, okay? It says a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid, okay? So now we establish what the light is. Let's get some precepts to prove what the light is, okay, before we go any further. All right.